So now we have a system with a leak in it. We're only holding like 11 torr. It's a pretty bad leak. So first thing I'm gonna do is always check the outlet valves. These don't have any suction on them. It has to be somewhere else. And the simplest, dumbest test we can do is the wiggle test. We're just stressing some of the components. And you see, it's not really changing if I wiggle that one or down here. But this one, if I push it, oh, now it's changing a lot, right? Now it's good, now it's bad. We want to adjust the tension on the components so that everything is nice and happy, even without the clamp. What we should be able to do is remove this clamp entirely. You can see now we have a huge leak. But if we just adjust the position of the pump a little bit, now we actually have a really good vacuum. It's dropping really quickly. And then we can put our clamp back on and the leak is fixed. If the wiggle test didn't find your leak, the next thing to try might be the ethanol test. This is where you expose any suspect joint and then just sort of wet it down with ethanol. And you're gonna watch the gauge and see if it changes at all. And what you should see, if there's a leak, we have this very small leak here. It's only like 22 millitorr, but if I wet a leaking joint down, see this suddenly changes. There is a leak in this joint, a very small one, but you can find it with the ethanol. If you can't easily find a vacuum leak, you have to start doing methodical elimination. The first step would be to start eliminating suspect components. So that's gonna be like the feed pump. You put a cap here instead of having all of this. You put a cap here instead of having the outlet pump. You make the system smaller. If after 2 or 3 tries of that doesn't work, resort to building it up from scratch. And I don't mean taking everything apart. I mean, start with the vacuum gauge, put it on the vacuum pump. If the vacuum pump and the gauge are good, then add the manifold, right? Cap it right here. Leave the gauge here, build those all up. See if you have good vacuum in the manifold. If you don't, fix the manifold first. Establish good vacuum there before adding the cold trap. Cap it right here. Then if the cold trap is good, then you can add the body. With each section, now you have only a handful of joints that it could possibly be. You don't have to take the whole system apart. It should only take you an hour or 2 at most to identify any vacuum leak. Summary, check your vacuum every time you start the system, make sure it's good. If it's trending down slowly, it might be a virtual leak. Do the wiggle test and the ethanol test as like quickie spot checks to see if you can find your leak real quick. And if you can't identify the leak immediately, resort to the methodical approach of either capping off certain components or rebuilding the system from the bottom up. Don't spend days wondering why your vacuum is not good.